Hi, my name is Ann Kent. I'm a registered dietitian and the creator of the Peas and Hoppy Meal Guides app. I'm excited to show you around some of my favorite features. We're going to start with a desktop version of the Peas and Hoppy Meal Guides. When you log in, you see the member favorite recipes, some meal plans, and podcast episodes here on the home screen. When you log into your mobile device, you'll actually start with this My Stuff. If you tap on your profile, click on My Stuff, this is where it defaults to. Here you can see all of the things that you have saved as favorites. You can look at recipes that you've created, or you can see content that you've viewed recently. So if you're just browsing and can't find something that you had just looked at, this is where you can go check. You can also see meal plans that you have created, recipes that you've added yourself, and also this is where you control your pantry. The pantry is where you can add ingredients that you always keep on hand and you don't want to show up on your shopping list every single time. You can add that here, or you can remove it if you actually do decide that you need it. You can also create lists, and these are totally customizable. You can make up the name, you can decide what is on them. On the left-hand side of your screen, we'll go to recipes now, and you can browse the recipes by category. Just scroll down or scroll across, or you can search. You can either search by an ingredient, or you can tap this little filter icon and be a lot more specific. You can add ingredients to include or exclude. So if you have a specific sensitivity to tomatoes, say, you could add that here. Tap match all to do multiple ingredients. You can sort by tags, including meal type, cuisine, dietary needs, etc. You can also search by nutrition. So say you need a low calorie, high protein recipe, you can do that. You can sort by difficulty of the recipe and by the time it takes to make it. So let's apply these filters, and then it takes into account all of those filters, and you can now see some different recipes that meet your needs. In the Meal Plans tab, premium subscribers get a new pre-planned menu every week. Both premium and recipes only version can make your own meal plan at any time. You can click this plus icon in the bottom right hand side of the screen, and you can either make a meal plan from scratch, or this is where you would add a recipe. In the meal plans, we'll go into one and show you how you can edit it. So you can either use the meal plan as is, or you can swap out a recipe by tapping the swap icon. And this gives you some similar options to what that meal is, which is really helpful for dietary needs. So you can swap it there, or you can come up and you can tap this edit button and go into edit mode. Here is where you can delete recipes that you don't need. You can tap on them, hit delete, or you can add other recipes. You can also do a lot of the same search features like you saw in the recipes tab, so get exactly what you want. Once you have made all of your edits, you can tap on the shopping list, click generate shopping list, and then you can add your own items to the list if you need. So if you need yogurt, you can search for yogurt, find something generic. You can add in your own amount. Maybe you need 5 cups, add to list. You can also go through and delete items. So if you have things already on hand, but they're not in your pantry, you can delete them here. We have some apples to use up. We get asparagus from our farmer's market, etc. You can also choose the view whether or not you show the recipe titles. So if you know that you need everything and don't want that extra information, you can turn that off. Or if you want to double check that you've got everything you need for each recipe, you can do that there. Once you're done editing, you tap this little arrow icon to go back to the normal view. Now you're ready to shop. So you can tap the shop icon, tap in store if you want to use your app and simply check off ingredients. You can check them off as you go along. You can see that they disappear and the little bar starts moving across the screen. If you're worried that you forgot something, you can scroll to the bottom, see what you've already purchased, or put those back on your list if you need to. Tap the arrow icon to go back. If you prefer to do pickup or delivery, you can sync your list with Walmart or Instacart, or you can simply copy the list to a clipboard and put it into a Word document, etc. The last thing to note is this little sparkle icon where you'll see some additional options like downloading your meal plan as a PDF. You can choose which things you'd like to download and tap generate PDF. You can also print your meal plan. There's another edit icon where you can edit from here. This is the same as the other button, just a different location. You can duplicate this meal plan, or if you want to go back to what it was in the beginning, you can just reset it to the original. You'll always see the same meal types show up every week: the two 30-minute slow cooker vegetarian challenge meal, and then grab and go breakfast and snacks. Down below there is the meal prep guide. So for any meal that includes more than one recipe, you will see a recommended order of prep, as well as a pro tip for each of those cooked meals. And then you'll find the modifications. Those are all going to be available in the swaps, so it's super easy to customize based on dietary needs. Then below that, we have the prep ahead guide. If you prefer to do some prep on a different day, then you can find that divided by recipe, and it gives you the ingredients right there. The next tab on the left are our resources, and this is a great place to start if you have questions about the app. I will be adding in more tips and tricks as we go along, so you can scroll through this if you have any questions about components of the app. There's also transcripts of all of my podcasts, and this was a great resource for nutrition information. And then we have some other helpful things like vegetable prep guides, kitchen suggestions if you need, and nutrition tips and cheat sheets and helpful things. Under guides, this is another resource tab where we have some mini courses. So we're just getting started with this, but you'll start to see some other nutrition related and common challenges that I see, like picky eating. Some of these courses come available later this year. And then this is another link to where you can find the podcast. Now, each of these podcasts is also linked to a forum discussion. So at the top of your screen, the little conversation button up there, this is where you can go to have a closed community where you can ask questions that I moderate as a dietitian, making sure that you're getting good advice. So if you have any questions, this is a great place to start. You can go and ask the nutrition expert, and maybe your question will be featured in a blog post. You can also link content. So if you have a question about a specific recipe, why I've included that, or you could actually link to one of the podcast episodes as those come available. You're also welcome to ask questions about the recipes themselves, link to recipes, link to meal plans, or if you want to create a discussion about holiday foods, then you are also more than welcome to do that and interact with your community. The last thing I'll show you, again, under your profile button, is if you would like to flesh out your profile a little bit, this can be really helpful. You can customize, add your own photo, update your information, of course, but then the app settings are really helpful. So you can choose how different things show up, choose your measurement system. You can also do some food preferences. I would use a little bit of caution with the allergy exclusions because the recipes will be totally hidden from search. A lot of times you can do some sort of substitution, and so this might be a little bit too exclusionary, unless it's something really specific like shellfish. That's obviously going to be difficult to modify. A better option would be to use these dietary preferences and choose prioritize matching recipes. The difference between a gluten-free option and just gluten-free is that gluten-free recipes are naturally gluten-free. They don't have any ingredients you need to swap out. A gluten-free option has a one or two ingredients that you would just substitute for a gluten-free version. So maybe it's gluten-free pasta, for example, gluten-free bread, or gluten-free flour. If you choose prioritize matching recipes, then the recipes will still show up. They'll just show up lower in the search, so you're not excluding any recipes, and that would be my recommendation. Notifications is also something that might be helpful because you will get notifications when new meal plans are published, new blog posts, and so you might want to adjust your notifications if those are annoying to you. You can, of course, change your password, update your billing information, and if you would like to refer a friend, you can actually create a custom referral code. This will eventually let you earn points that will go to some fun prizes. If you have additional questions or comments, please reach out to me at ann@peasandhappiness.com. Thank you so much for joining me.